we will talk now to a gentleman, Jordan Shelley, who is a canine behaviourist and also is the owner of an American XL bully. Jordan, good to see you this afternoon. Thanks for talking to us on GB News. We'll also hopefully be coming to Jane Williams as well, who's committee member of the Association of Pet Behaviour Counsellors. So, Jordan, hopefully you heard there what Charlie was telling us about what he's discovered. What do you have to say to all that, especially with your knowledge of both, canine behaviour and this particular breed of dog?
So with my knowledge of both canine behaviour, this particular breed of dog, and with my job at Animal Licensing Wales, where we license dog breeders, I think it's very clear to me that there's a real issue around the breeding of these dogs, more so than the breed, and the types of people that are breeding them not taking into consideration health, welfare, behaviour when they're breeding the dogs is the real issue. And I believe that if this type of dog is banned, the same people will simply just breed a different type. They'll move on to a dog of a slightly different shape that doesn't fit the criteria, and that's what they'll breed instead.
Jordan,
so
we
need to look at restrictions of owners. That's
Jordan, we're just looking at pictures of you with your pet dog. I think he's with you now. Love to see him. There he is.
Yes.
Can we see any more of him? Just tell us about him. What is he like as your pet?
He came to me after he was seized by the police at 5 months old. He was taken from the people that chopped off his ears illegally, and he moved in with me at about 10 months. He'd spent 5 months in the police kennels, and he came in and he walked into a house with a chihuahua and another cat, and with training and time and real compassion, he has adapted into being a really lovely, well-rounded dog. He's also training to become a search and rescue dog. I don't know whether we'll make the cut, but we're trying.
Is it clear to you, as someone with huge experience in dealing with animals, that some animals simply have a more docile temperament and others require a lot more care, attention and perhaps speciality to own? Is there a particular concern that this breed, the American Bully XL, does need people who know how to deal with dogs that are perhaps by temperament more difficult to own?
I have no more concern of it than I would, say, with a Rottweiler or any other type of Mastiff or any large breed of dog. You need to have that experience when handling and training these dogs and making sure that you are putting in the time that they need to train, because they are big dogs. But no, I feel like if any of those larger breeds ended up in the hands of the people that are currently breeding the bullies, we'd be seeing the same problems and the same statistics.
So do you put these shocking statistics, really, half of all dog attacks in the last 2 years from this one specific breed of dog, of which there are not many in the United Kingdom, accounting for half of those attacks? Is that, in your view, just down to the sort of gangs that are breeding them?
There's a huge influence of organised crime gangs involved in the breeding of these dogs. It's like the new drug money, basically. The amount that these dogs are going for is obscene, and it's an easy money for them by comparison to drugs. And I think that's what they've moved into. And they'll just move into the next breed after this, and after these are banned. So I think we really need to look at restrictions of owners and how we can make sure owners are getting the right education and that there's things in place for early intervention. And I really believe that we should be moving towards an educational-based licensing system.
Jordan, just stay there. We're just going to speak to Jane Williams, who's also with us. She's committee member of the Association of Pet Behaviour Counsellors. Jane, is banning the American XL bully the answer to these attacks?
In short, I'd agree with Jordan that it's not the answer. I think the points that have already been raised about the need for much better education of owners. People need to really think about what it means to be a responsible dog owner before they decide to take on any breed of dog. And I'd come at this really from, as you'd expect with my work as a behaviourist and trainer, to say that there's a huge amount of work for us to do in terms of encouraging and educating owners about how important it is to train these dogs responsibly, and that goes for all breeds, really, all pet pet dog owners need to think about training and behaviour. It's absolutely key. And dogs that are well trained and well cared for by their owners are not the type of dogs that are involved in these kind of incidents generally.
And Jane, just to be very clear on this, of course, the Kennel Club does list traits that go with certain dogs. Any dog owner will know this. When they're looking for a dog, some might be more docile, some might be more hyperactive, and this will generally be bred into the dogs. There are these traits, and how should people go about choosing a dog for them and their families? Should they look at breed-specific traits?
I think that's really, really important point that you raise. It's very, people do need to think about that. And unfortunately, because we're human beings, what we think about is what the dog looks like. And whether or not we think it's pretty or, colourful, the right colour and all that sort of thing. And actually, what we should be thinking about is only the temperament and the dog's needs and requirements. So if we've got a high energy dog that needs a lot of exercise, then we have to be in a position to offer that in the home that we provide for the dog. If we've got a more relaxed, a bit of a calmer dog, then that might give us a bit more scope for maybe not exercising the dog quite as much. But all those things and how much time you can spend with the dog every day, all of that stuff's absolutely essential when you decide what breed of dog is best for you. And although dogs are bred, as you said earlier, for specific characteristics, these bull breeds, although they were originally bred to fight other animals, they were never bred to be aggressive towards people, ever. Yeah. And it's one of the traits that they actually don't have.
OK, Jane, thank you very much. Just want to bring Jordan Shelley back in and his dog Basil. Just tell me, how heavy is Basil? Can we actually see him, Jordan? If we say his name, might he look at the camera? Oh, there he is.
There you go.
How heavy is he, sorry? Because he is powerful.
He's 37 kilos now, and he was about 29 when he came out of the kennels to me. And he's a very gentle dog, like considering his size. He's gentle with the Chihuahua and with the cat, and with other dogs that he meets when he's out on a walk. I think it's all down to training and socialization. And the more you train, the more likely you are to have a happy, well-rounded dog. And whilst I'm here chatting to you as well, I think we really need to point out the fact his ears have been chopped off, like I said earlier. And it's a really abhorrent thing. I ran the anti-ear cropping campaign in the UK, Flop Not Crop, that got the 100k petition through. And I really want to see movement on that, and the fact that the government have dropped the kept animals bill is really disappointing.
Jordan, really appreciate your time this afternoon. It is such a... Well, it's a topic that gets so many people going, understandably, but it's good to see that that Basil there is in such responsible hands, and that's what all dogs should be in.
Absolutely. Really, really concerning to see the ear cropping going on and the way that people treat these dogs sometimes. But Jordan and Jane, indeed, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.